Recognizing that I volunteered as a ranger, fully knowing the hazards of my chosen profession. Yada, yada, yada. What's up, guys? I've been on a roll today. I don't know why I've been cranking out all these videos, but I just have. Um, but it was time for a vlog. And I like to call them vlog, but every time I say that, my kids say, "What is a vlog?" And I'd say, "Okay, vlog." So it's way overdue for a vlog. And we're going to do one. This is going to be on Ranger School. And this is Shake back here. I'm going to try to keep this under 10 minutes. I got a timer going. Top right, in my younger days, right back there, here was my best friend right here, Avila. He was from 3rd Ranger Battalion in my squad. Dude was tough as nails. This right here, guy above me, was my ranger buddy. I couldn't stand him. He was a warrant officer. Just did not like him. But right here you can see, Fort Benning, Georgia, class 11. 87. Yes, I am ancient, but I still look damn good. All right, so let's get into the story, guys. Ranger school back then, I don't know what Ranger school is like now, but it was 58 days long, right? 58 days of hell. Basically, all these guys around me right there, different countries they come from, different military branches, different ranks. But when you get there, you take your rank off, and all you do is get a number. And hell, I don't remember what my number was, but I had a number. But you kind of knew. I was only like 19 years old, I think, young. Some of these guys were older, were captains, lieutenants, first sergeants, whatever. And they're used to telling guys what to do, especially privates. I think at the time I was a PFC. I was a PFC private first class when I went to Ranger school. That's just badass right there. And so, all right, get there, right? And the story I'm going to tell you about is, I'm not going to tell you the whole 58 days. There's so many stories from it. What I'm going to tell you about is my last patrol, because it was insanity. I'm going to tell you why. So, to graduate back then from Ranger School, you had to have a 50-50 at least, or better, percentage of goes and fails. And what that is the instructor, the RI, Ranger instructor, right? And here's one of these friendly fellows right over here, and there's another one on the other side. But basically, you get put in different positions. So, like, at any moment, they might say, "Number 45, get up here." And they say, "All right, Ranger Baker, today, you're the first sergeant. Today, you're the platoon leader. You're the platoon sergeant. You're the squad leader. And you got to step up and deliver in that role." And they grade you. And they basically tell you whether you passed or failed. And there's certain positions you got to get a pass. And one of those is a lieutenant. In the lieutenant position, you got to get a pass, right? So fast forward, I'm about 50 days in, and we land in Utah for the last week of desert phase back then, right? And it's smoking hot, 100 degrees plus, man. And we're dying. I've lost like 30 something pounds. I'm just dying, right? Here's the worst part. At that moment, I am 6 and 7. 6 goes, 7 fails, right? I need one more go to get to 50% to pass, and that go has got to be at a lieutenant. I'm just checking my time here, guys. So we're about 3 days into the desert, man. It's smoking hot. I'm dying. I'm nervous. I'm thinking, my God, because if I don't do this, if I don't deliver, guess what? They're going to give me the option to drop out or start over and do the 58 days again. Oh, my God. And when you're in a Ranger battalion, you are expected to pass this school no matter what, right? So, fast forward 3 days into it. I ain't got called yet. I'm thinking they got to call me, right? They got to give me a chance of this, right? And all of a sudden it's about, 11 at night, 12 at night. We're in the middle of the desert. We've been moving, and we mostly did our missions at night, not during the day. And all of a sudden I hear it. I'm delirious. Spit's coming out, and I hear this number 5. I'll make up a number, 55. I'm like, oh, my God, that's me. That's Shake. And I get over here, Ranger Baker. And I get over there. I'm like, all right, man, you're a platoon leader now. You're taking over. You're going to do this mission tonight. I want you to head over to that, underneath that poncho over there. It's pitch black, right? Underneath that poncho there, there's the old platoon leader and the squadlers. They'll brief you on the mission, and then I want you to take it out and make it happen. I'm like, who is Sergeant? I got this. So I head over, right? And I lift up the poncho liner. They're all asleep. I'm like, they got their map in front of them, and they got their light on, red light lands on. They're all laying there like this. The lieutenant, acting lieutenant, the acting sergeants, snoring. I said, wake up, you know what up. So they woke. I said, hey, man, I'm taking over, man, and I got to pass this. So give me some kind of damn briefing on what we got to do. So he's like, yeah, all right, man. And they're like, they're delirious or whatever. And they basically give me the coordinates on the map where the objective is, right? And that's basically all they could do. They were just worthless, right? So I come out there, and the instructor, he's like, "You ready?" I said, "Well, I guess so, buddy." And so basically, I got to move my unit, this platoon, right? I got to move them probably about, I don't know, 7, 8 clicks through the desert at night to an objective, assault this objective. And there's actors out there. There's Op 4 bad guys. I got to take this objective out and then move from that objective to a rally point. Now, this is going to be an all-night mission. That's going to take all freaking night. And so I get the squad and say, "Okay, guys, here we go. Give me a point, man. I got to get your squads together." Half the people are asleep. They're all passed out. So we get them all up, and we start to try to move in basically a column formation, right, in a file, because it's dark. People are delirious, and we start moving, and we keep stopping. So what the hell's going on? So I go up to the point man with the compass. I'm like, and he's asleep. He has no clue. We're way off. And I'm like, and I'm awake because I've got to pass this. So the instructor's like, "Well, what are you going to do now?" I said, "Fuck it." Sorry, I said that. I said, "All right, man." And I really did this, guys. This is crazy. And this is, again, against all the rules, right? But I knew to get my guys at 7 clicks, I was going to have to take desperate measures because they were so delirious, and I was going to be losing people every 20 minutes, right? So I take these guys, like little kids. I line up 30-something dudes, right? Grown men. I line them up this close together, one up to the other, butts to fronts, all the way. And I basically have one guy grab the gear and the other guy in front of him, and I'm the lieutenant. I'm not supposed to take the point, but I knew I had to, so I took the point with the compass, everything, and I basically towed these guys for about 6 kilometers through the desert. I mean, they were behind me, stacked deep. I mean, military tactics wise, you'd never do that. But I had no choice. It was the only way I was going to get these guys there. I knew that. So I move across. I'm at 7 minutes. I'm going fast as I can, but this is just too much. I get out there, and about, I don't know, maybe half a click out, I basically set these guys down. Like little kids, because they're so tired and hungry, they're delirious, right? So I set them down in the squad. I said, "Okay, guys." I go to my support squad. And we could, because it's a desert, it's wide open, you could see the objective because they had a fire burning. And I took my support squad leader and the weapons squad, basically, and I said, "Okay, guy, you see that ridge over there? I want you to go up on that ridge and get in position, basically some high ground off to the flank of this objective." And they were going to basically put down suppressive fire down on this objective while the main rest of us moved around and flanked it, right? So I get them up into position, right? And I tell them to move, and I'm like, "God, please, make sure that these guys stay awake and they get up in that position," right? So then I start taking the rest of the element around. And so we come around, right? And basically what you do, I one by one, because they're so tired, I got to pick these guys up and lay them down. And I lay them all on line, right? Because we're going to come in on line real slow towards the objective. And once we initiate, those other guys in support, we're going to initiate. And so I got them lined up. And I tell these guys, nobody move. Nobody don't open fire, nothing. When that support opens up, we're just going to hold here until eventually we're going to lift and shift fire, right? As we're moving. Got them all lined up, and we're laying there maybe, 10 minutes, whatever, and we're just basically inching slowly forward, right? All of a sudden, the bad guys, the support opens up, the bad guys start shooting their weapons. They don't even know we're there, the main assault element. They don't even know we're there, right? But half my guys are asleep. So some wake up and they're like, "Yeah," and they start shooting to give away our position. I'm like, "Oh my God." And so all these M60s, they're mowing, they're shooting, it's crazy. I get up and say, "Move, move, move," start moving, leapfrogging, bounding Overwatch and start moving towards the objective, all of that stuff. And I look around, there's still half of my dudes still asleep back there on that line. And I'm not kidding you here. And when you're in this kind of situation, you got to do something, man. That's what I learned from the range. You cannot sit there with your thumb up your ass, calling for mama. So I yell back, "Get up!" I'm telling, "Get up!" Some are starting to get up. And half the guys are moving like snails, and making noises. So I get up. I'm talking like, I'm like Sergeant York, man. I mean, I get up because my life, everything is depending on this pass, right? And I'm charging at the objective. Machine guns are blazing, it's blanks, but bullets, M60s, artillery simulators, and I got a couple dudes running at me, and I could hear the instructor yelling, platoon leader, what are you doing? Because, platoon leader, you're supposed to be behind the guys giving direction, not up front charging in like Rambo, but I knew I had to do something. So I kept going. I'm trying to inspire these guys, and I could hear me. He's kicking guys in the back of the ass. And we're going, and I mean, we'd have been mowed down. We'd have been dead, right? So we get up to the objective, we're screaming, I'm shooting, trying to butt stroke people, whatever. And we sweep across the objective, and these guys played nice, and the support lifted and shifted. I'm at 10 minutes, guys. I'm trying to go fast. And it was horrible. It was horrible. There was guys still laying back there. The instructors were screaming, "Oh, you mother!" I mean, they were going insane. "You worthless pieces of support your platoon leader." And so we get across, whatever. We scoop up all the guys, and the instructor's looking and say, "Mother God, Ranger Baker," he says, "Go ahead and pick up your guys and move them out. You got a couple more clicks to move to get to this cache point." Now, trying to find a cache point in the desert is, back in the day, we had a little compass and a map. We didn't have no GPS, nothing like that. And they give you an 8-digit grid in the desert. What are you going to do? You ain't going to find this thing. There's no trees, no landmarks, nothing, right? So we start moving out, right? We're moving, and this is for hours. We're moving, right? We're in formation. Sun's coming up. It's smoking freaking hot already. And these Op 4 bastards, the bad guys, right? I'm at 11 minutes. Bad guys back there, they're following us. And what they're doing is they're like cracking shots at us like snipers and stuff. And so we'd have to stop and, flank. But this goes on for hours. So finally, we're so tired. I thought I failed. I said, so I just start throwing smoke over my shoulder. And I said to the guy, just keep moving. And the instructor's like, "Aren't you going to?" I said, "We are responding." And we just kept moving on patrol. So finally, I'm having a hard time finding this cache because it's buried under sagebrush and stuff. And finally, I said to the instructor, "Hey, I think it's around." He's like, "Yeah, you're pretty close, man." He says, all right, guy, go ahead and get him in a." He says, "Get him in a what do we got? Patrol base. Get him a patrol base." And he goes, whatever. So I get him all lined up at patrol base. It's like a diamond shape. And he's "Come on, Ranger Baker. All right, man. Basically your relief's here, whatever." So I go over. My head's down. I mean, I'm smoked, man. I'm smoked. And I mean, I swear I'm ready to cry, right? And I sit down. I'm 19 years old, right? I sit down. He looks at me and says, "God damn." He says, "I've seen some patrols before, but nothing like that." And now my head even sunk lower. And he pulls out his book. They have a book. They do a checklist. They're grading, right? Sorry, I'm at 12 minutes, guys. And he opens this up, right? He says, "Go through the checklist." And he starts checking. All right. Movement formations. Yeah, you failed that. Surprise on the objective. Yeah, you failed that. Finding the cache, you failed that. Responding to the incoming fire on your way on your movement, you failed that. But the more he went on, the more my head just sunk down. And I could feel the tears starting to swell up in my eyes. I thought, oh my God, can I do this over again? Oh my God. And this is the best, guys, coming right here. And this is a life lesson right here. He looks me in the eyes. I mean, and he's hardcore, like Vietnam 12 tours and shit, half his head missing. He says, "Ranger Baker, what the bleep did you do right on that patrol as the platoon leader? Tell me what one thing you did right." So I'm like, I guess I didn't do anything right. Sergeant. I was choked up and everything, man. And he looked at me and says, No. Ranger Baker, right up here, buddy. This is me up here. I beg to differ. You know what you did right? I'm like, No, Sergeant, what did I do? He said, "You know what you did? You had a bunch of men with you." He goes, officers, captains, all these men of a high leadership, whatever. Here you are, 19 years old, private. He said, "Those men were sleeping. They didn't listen to you. Nothing. They didn't support you as a platoon leader." He says, "They were worthless." He says, "You know what you did?" I'm like, "No, what did I do?" He says, "You grabbed your balls, Ranger Baker." That's right. You grabbed your balls and took charge. He says, "You led those men up there and you did the best you could. And you charged in. You did whatever it took to get the job done. And for that reason, my friend, you were going to get a pass as lieutenant." And when he said that, I swear to God, if he wanted me to perform a sexual act at that point, I'd have done it. Because he saved my life. And the funniest part is, guys, so I got 7 and 7, got my batulier goal, 50% good enough. I had 3 days left in the desert. I went back to my rucksack and I partied. I had 3 meals left only. I'm starving. 3 meals, MREs left only. I ate them all. Ate them all. So the last 3 days, I had no food. I starved. But I learned it. Life lesson. Lesson to be learned. I took this through my career. When in doubt, do something. Grab your cojones and do something. All right, guys, it's been Shake and Bake. I hope you enjoyed this vlog, or as I call it, vlog. And that was, if you want more reindeer stories, I got so many, I don't even know what to do with them. Just let me know in the comments. Cheers, peace, guys. I love you all. Shake out.